So in the last few videos, what we have talked about is the three elements of success, where you must have the will and the desire. You also need to have the know-how, and you must take the inspired actions. So that is the first video it was about. In the second video, we talked about the 80-20 rule and how the 20% of the market, the industry, is making 80% of the revenue, and what you need to do to get into that 20%. Then again, we took this 20%. When we went deeper into it, we realized that only 5% of the people were making the big money. The rest of the people were still in the 80% market. Then in the third video, we talk about the 5 stages of transformation, and which is, I have written here the victim, the believer, the apprentice, manifestor, and the mystic stage. And then also we talked about what is transformation. And I gave you an example of how a doctor, when he puts a band-aid, can charge only so much revenue, whereas a doctor that does a surgery is going to charge a lot more revenue. And so if you wanted to create more revenue, if you wanted to be in the 20% market, then you need to be able to transform your clients. And transformation is different than providing them information. You need to be able to hold their hand and take them to the next, on the other side of the mountain. That's what we are talking about, having them activate their powers, to be, to do, and to have. And for that transformation, what you need is the knowledge, because ultimately knowledge is what separates one person from the other. Because when we are talking about people who are in this stage here, or people who are manifesting, they are the people that provide the knowledge. So when we talk about the people that were making the money actually flows in this direction. This is money flow. And if you look at the knowledge goes from this direction. So the people who are on the high end knows more, and they provide knowledge to these people, and it keeps on going in that direction. But today what we are going to be talking about is what is the knowledge that these people are providing, and what do they know more. So when we are talking about is, I am sure you have heard about the trilogy of the body, mind, and spirit. So this is the body, this is the mind, and this is the spirit. Now when we talked about this being thresholds that were either 5 to 6 figures or multi-6 figure or 7 figure thresholds, this is what the knowledge is the difference. But when we are talking about the mind, this is where most of the people get confused, because we are still stuck in an old mindset. When we talk about the mind, most of the people will automatically point towards the head. But what that is your conscious mind. That's just the brain. When we are talking about the mind, when I am talking about the mind, that is actually the quantum field, more outside of you. When we are talking about the brain is inside of your body. It's a physical thing. It's tangible. You can touch it, you can feel it. For example, if you open your brain or your skull, you can see the brain. If you have a brain tumor, not you, but if somebody else has a brain tumor, then the surgeon can go inside, they can operate and remove the tumor. So this is the physical part of it, physical body, and this is tangible. Mind, on the other end, is intangible. It is energy. You cannot touch it or you cannot feel it. You can feel the energy, but you cannot grab it or you cannot grasp it. The mind that I am talking about in the Eastern world is known as manas. Okay, so that Manas, that's the mind that we are talking about, is the quantum field of energy, because everything is created of energy. You, me, our computer, this board, everything is created of energy. Everything arises out of it, it ends in the same energy. But when we are talking about the mind in the Western world, most of the time we are stuck in this brain. This part of brain, it is very physical. In the personal growth industry, most of the time we are talking about the self-limiting beliefs. The self-limiting belief is based on memory, right? So where is the memory? Is it in the physical body or is it in the quantum field? For example, if I met with you on a New York airport and if I was wearing a blue jeans and a khaki jacket, and 6 months later I gave you a phone call and I asked you what you were wearing, and you think about it, takes a minute, and then you figure out, okay, I was wearing blue jeans and a khaki jacket. Where is that information? Where is that memory? Is it in your head or is it in my head? In fact, neither. The memory is still available on the New York airport. It is still in the quantum field. Our brain goes to that area, grabs the information, but it is so fast, so quick that we don't realize it. So memory is nothing more than information at a distance. In fact, everything in our world is nothing more than information at a distance. Now, this is academic, this is something that quantum science has proven already, but we don't want to get into that. What we are trying to figure out is this energy is what we want to work in. So when you are talking about the flipping the switch, how to connect with your clients, then this is the field that you want to talk about. Now, when we are looking for the self-limiting belief and trying to fix ourselves, we keep ourselves in the hamster wheel. We are either worried about our business or we are worried about how to fix ourselves rather than trying to figure out the solution where we are. So people who are on the higher end, they don't really delve too much into this. They are at a different level, they are at a higher level, they have the knowledge about how to jump into the quantum field, how to connect with their clients, how to energetically connect, and that is where it makes a difference. These people, on the other hand, are using the body and mind, because your body and mind is nothing more than a tool for your consciousness or your spirit to use. So if you want to apply this information to build your business, then you can go from believer or apprentice level to the manifestor level. So if you are struggling to go from 6 figures to 7 figures, chances are you are stuck in the wrong mindset. For example, if I tell you about the self-limiting beliefs, okay, I can give you an example. Let's say you come home from just buying grocery, and it was dark in your house and you dropped the key in the living room. Now you somehow make it to the bedroom, the lights come on and you start looking for the keys in the bedroom. Would you find it there? Chances are that you won't. Why? Because the keys are in the living room. That's where you drop them. Now it's the same thing when the memory that we are trying to clear is in the quantum world. What are we doing? Doing meditation and trying to fix ourselves in the physical body. The whole idea is you have to understand what mind really is. When we are talking about the mind, not the conscious mind, but we are talking about the quantum mind and the spiritual mind, and how to get deeper into that part of it. So that's what this whole program that I have created, the Mojoshift, is all about, giving you this knowledge and how you can apply that knowledge to get your business to the next level.
Hi, my name's Mike, and I just attended the lecture by Rajah. Found it very informative and thought-provoking, and enjoyed the conversation after with him.